What up, y'all? Y'all know y'all gotta look at my shirt. So today's video, we talking about set and setting. I know I keep telling y'all set and setting is so important because it really is. The majority of your trip is based on your set and your setting. Set, the mood, the tone, your intentions. What do you want to do this for? So a lot of times when I do shrooms, my set is I want to have a good time. You know, I want to have a new experience. I want to explore. I want to feel good as fuck. I want to be high as fuck, and I just want to see what I tap into. I want to see where it takes me. I want to see what I learn about myself on this trip. Now, setting is even more important because that determines who's around, what you're doing before and after, things that could make your trip turn for good, better, or best, or for worse, fucked up, and goddamn, where the hell am I going with this shit, right? Your setting is for you to determine. When it comes to me doing shrooms, I control my setting by the occasion. Also, too, I don't do shrooms at parties. I did shrooms at a bar one time, and it was just too much for me. It was an overstimulation. I didn't like it at all. I ended up leaving the bar. I went and sat outside in the car with a friend, listened to some music, rolled the windows down. It was nice outside. You know, you have to learn what works for you and what doesn't. Now, I had a friend who called me. We was talking, and he was like, yeah, you know, I went to a Maxwell concert, and I thought it was gonna be too much, but it honestly wasn't. The lights in the concert was real trippy. It was a cool tone. So I think that probably had a lot to do with the artist, had a lot to do with the crowd, things that are specific to people who listen to Maxwell or go to Maxwell events or the type of crowd that Maxwell attracts. The other thing I want to address with this video is, should you be selling shrooms? I get that it's a hot commodity. Everybody want to do it. So, you know, you got your people who just jumping on the trend, whatever. But I'm be honest with you, half of y'all don't know enough about shit to be selling it. Y'all are not even aware of the bare minimum basics to doing something. I got people asking me, can you smoke shrooms? No, you cannot smoke shrooms. I got people who sell weed. Like, yeah, I'ma sell shrooms to people who smoke weed. First of all, them two different crowds. Like, if anything, you should probably try to see if your shroom doers would want to smoke weed, because 9 times out of 10 they would. But y'all trying to sell shrooms to people who smoke weed. And most people who smoke weed, like, bro, I ain't in all that shit. I'm gonna roll this wood, I'm gonna call it one, and we gonna have a good day on that tip. That's the first. The second part is, a lot of y'all don't know how to move. Y'all are terrible criminals. I don't know how else to put it. Underinformed. No, selling shrooms is not for everybody. You also should not be selling shit that you don't have no experience with. And then to understand that shrooms will affect everybody's body differently. A lot of people are missing that. And it's just like, y'all trying to sell shit to make fast money, and it's like, when people come to y'all with these 100,000 questions, y'all just either gonna send them off or be the reason that they have a bad trip, because y'all not giving them useful information. It's like, all right, well, look, if you're curious about shrooms, I would recommend this YouTube channel. Go watch her shit. She do it all the time. Whatever questions you got, she probably got a video to answer it. At least give niggas a resource type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe I just feel a little bit different because I kind of feel like there's a slight responsibility, and you want to promote what's good. And people who sell drugs, 9 times out of 10, they don't give a fuck what happened to you. They don't give a fuck if it's good or bad. They give a fuck about how much money you finna spend with them and if you coming back. No, I feel like if you're gonna sell shrooms, you gotta have at least like some type of integrity. If you don't, you shouldn't be doing it, especially if you don't know no shit about it or have your own personal experience with it. Yeah, that's just my personal take on that. And then to go along with that, on the opposite end of that coin, if you are purchasing shrooms from people, because I just want y'all to be knowledgeable, I want y'all to be smart about the shit. First of all, if you purchasing anything from anybody, especially a drug, and it's your first time buying from them, you should be asking them to weigh it in front of you. If they have a problem with that, they probably trying to get your ass, or they cutting corners on how much they supposed to be giving you. Me personally, when I was in college and I was a weed head, if you was a recommendation from somebody that I knew and that I trusted, I still was asking, like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to weigh that for me. And they like, oh, I ain't got no scale on me. It's okay, I brought one. I got my own. Right, because if I'm supposed to be able to trust you and you want me to be a repeat customer, what are you doing to build that trust? I might get some shit from you like, damn, okay, this shit's smoking, it's cool. But if you skip me on a 3-5, I'm not spending no more bread with your ass because you're not trustworthy, and I'm damn sure not sending no more motherfuckers to you. So if you out here buying shrooms, they should be able to tell you what strain of mushrooms it is. If they can't, you shouldn't be buying from them. If you can't Google the shit and pull up a potency chart, you should not be buying that shit. I had a couple of people leave me some comments. I had people DMing me like, yeah, I bought some shrooms from somebody. They said it was called this, blah, blah, blah. I didn't feel nothing. I go and I Google what they tell me. That strain don't even come up. Okay, well, you probably didn't feel shit because they sold you some bullshit. And then also, too, there are what's called B+ strands, and there are a lot of those. For me, personally, I consider B+ strands a low grade because of my tolerance. I naturally had a high tolerance when I first started doing shrooms. There are other people who also have that tolerance no matter what their weight is. So if you're doing a B+ strain of psychedelic mushrooms, it may require you to eat a lot more of it in order to feel anything, which is why I try to stick with high grade strands. So like Penis Envy is a high grade, Albinos is a high grade, Jedi is a high grade. Haven't had no Jedis yet. Golden Teacher is a high grade. If you have that strand, you should be able to tell if they selling you some bullshit or not, because prime example, albino psychedelic mushrooms are white. If somebody tell you they selling you some albinos and the cap of the mushroom is brown, it is not an albino. If somebody tell you that they selling you some PEs, because most people don't refer to Penis Envy as Penis Envy. Penis Envy mushrooms grow in a specific shape. They're called Penis Envy because the top of the mushroom looks like the tip of a penis. Each strand has its own growing pattern to the point where you could look at it and be like, that's a such and such and such because XYZ, ABC. The same way you could look at a car and identify it, the same way you could look at a plane and be like, that's a 737-800. The same way you could look at different shit and just tell it apart. Psychedelic mushrooms are the same because they grow in a specific way. So even if they are dry, so when people are telling y'all, oh yeah, I got some Golden Teacher, you should be asking for a picture. I want to see what it look like. And if it's not lining up, then you should not be purchasing from them. Their integrity of what the fuck they selling you is off. When you buying shrooms, ask for the strand. They should be weighing it in front of you. You should be able to tell if what the strain is legitimate by the shape of it and how it's growing and the pattern. So this was just a quick little video. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out!